Call of Duty has officially brought back Verdansk for Warzone, and alongside it, they introduced a brand new event called the Return to Verdansk event. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about how to complete this event in under 20 minutes by telling you all the locations of where all the safes are and recommending that you play a game of Plunder because you can redeploy real fast, get tons of vehicles, and travel around the map as you see fit. Now, one thing to warn you about these safes is they spawn sometimes in multiple locations, and they have no audible cues, just a light blue hue around them that does not render in until you're pretty close to them. So just keep that in mind as you're looking for them. But the prison safe is arguably the easiest to find. The prison safe only spawns in one real spot, and it's right up here at the very top of prison between the 4 towers. It's going to spawn in this little rectangle area. Now, if you go there and someone has already picked it up, don't worry, it'll spawn on the other end of the rectangle after a couple of minutes, as will all the safes if they've already been opened. Now, after you've got the prison safe, you're going to want to head over to port, and at port there are actually 3 different spawn locations for the safe. You're either going to be able to find it right here on top of this red brick building between these 2 kind of smokestacks next to this AC vent, or you're going to find it behind the shipping containers over by this fence here. This one has 3 spawn spots, not really sure why, it's kind of the only one that does, but regardless, keep that in mind when you're looking for it, that it could be in one of those 3 spots. Now, as far as the safes in the downtown area, there's only one building that the safes will actually spawn at, and it's going to be the SKN building, or the one that looks like a guitar pick. But you can either find it on top of the building next to the stairwell, on the bottom next to the broken windows, or you can find it in the parking lot right next to the building. There's only 3 spots you can find it. This one's pretty easy, but what's easier is the hospital safes. The hospital safes only have one spawn location, and it's going to be in the L-shaped building in the corner on the top floor underneath the sign. As I'm showing you here, it's the only spawn point for the safe at hospital, and from here I actually recommend you go down to Hills, because the Hills safe only spawns in one location by the monument. When you go to the monument, the western monument, not the one in the park, you'll find that the safe actually spawns not within the monument itself, but the sign right next to the monument. You'll be able to see it pretty easily because it stands out as a blue icon against that kind of gray, gritty concrete in the area. And once you've got this safe, the best spot to head over to next is the train station. Now, the train station has a couple of spawns, and it's not really confirmed where all the safe spawns are, but we do know one thing. It is not in the main strip of the train station. I personally found my safe on the bridge crossing over to this kind of back U area, and the couple of people I've talked to have also found theirs on the ground around this kind of back U area. It does not spawn at the main train station complex. And one other thing to note is at no point will these safes ever be inside a building. They always spawn outside or on top of a building. Now, once you've got the train station safe, you're going to want to head over to Storage Town. Now, Storage Town seems like it's really hard to look for the safe, but there's actually only 2 spawn locations for the safe in Storage Town. It will either spawn on the northern wall of Storage Town, outside of the Storage Town itself, outside of all these kind of storage lockers, or it will spawn right here in the northwest corner of the airport, as you can see me finding it here. Now, the Superstore Safes always spawn in the same locations. While there is 3 spawns, they always spawn in the exact same order, so if someone opens it up, you just go check the next spot. The first is going to be on the left side of the main entrance from the parking lot. You're going to see this kind of little nooked corner. That is where the first safe is. The second spawn location is on the right side in the same nook on the other side of the doors. And the last is on top of the roof over top of the kind of main door area. So you're going to find it there regardless either way. Just check one of those 3 spots. Now, as far as Stadium, there's only 2 spots that you can actually find the safe in Stadium, and they're kind of actually within the same space. It's not the stadium itself, but the parking lot right next to it. When you actually go down to the parking lot there, you're going to see that there's 2 spots where the safe can spawn, either in the far right corner of the parking lot or against the wall in the center of the parking lot. But the hardest one to find is going to be Quarry, because me and Ink Slasher both spent about 20 minutes trying to find it before one of us was actually able to. We know of 2 spawn locations in Quarry. It's either going to be on top of this kind of tower right in the dead center of Quarry next to the supply box, or it's going to be over here on this kind of side little building that's kind of tucked away behind the trains. Those are the only 2 locations that we have heard of for the spawns for safes at Quarry, but if you have found another one, tell me in the comments down below. Try to help out the community here because that's what we're all about. Now, as far as military base, you're actually going to find that the safe spawns in one of a handful of locations. But basically, you got to look for this little concrete kind of ramped weird structure right here in the middle. that's where they've all been spawning, right next to those. And there is one person who said that they found it spawn against the wall next to the helicopter pad, but I have no way to prove that is true, so take that with a grain of salt. And on your way to Stadium, make sure you hit the like button down below because it helps kind of share this information within YouTube and get it out to as many people as possible. And we're trying to help everyone we can complete this event as fast as possible. But at Dam, you will find that the safe spawns on the very top of Dam only. It will spawn either right in the middle of the dam or kind of along the walkway. It's been a couple spawns there, different people have found it, but it is consistently only on the walkway at the top of Dam. So just look up there, you'll find it pretty quickly. And upon doing so, you will complete the Return to Verdansk event. Now, the skin that you get for Kane, the Trailblazer skin, is found by a rare drop of opening these safes. It is not guaranteed in any way. I have completed all of these safes, opened some of these safes multiple times, and I still have not got the skin yet. So if you do, comment down below, let us know how you got it or if there's anything unique you did. And make sure you hit subscribe down below because later today I will be coming out with a list of the best weapons in Warzone to use on day one. So until next time, I am IceBurgz, your Call of Duty informant. Stay frosty.